Hi there, and welcome to the Call to Cinema. My name is Aaron, and today we are talking about kind of something that's a bit of a big deal. So, Eureka over in in the UK has been kind of like, in my opinion, with the Eureka line and the Masters of Cinema line and the other stuff that they do, is almost become sort of like a criterion level in the stuff that they do. You see the Eureka stuff; they put out a 4K edition of the police story trilogy that from Jackie Chan, as well as many other things. And today there's a big announcement made. That one basically was, well, it's this: is that Eureka and MVD are working together now. So if you're somebody that shops in North America like me, and you go to your regular store and you see a lot of like MVD rewind releases and a lot of the other stuff that Eureka kind of like distributes, then you're going to be able to find that MVD distributes. You're going to be able to find that Eureka stuff here in North America. And to say that this is a game changer is a little bit of an understatement. See, this is great because it brings the Eureka titles over here to North America. But hopefully, what we'll also get to see is maybe a bit of a quid pro quo and see more of the MVD titles and stuff like that go over to the UK. We can only kind of guesstimate on that right now. But before I get into this, I had a message from a good friend of the channel here named Ryan, and he's working on a documentary right now. So I am going to let you guys know a bit about that. And he doesn't know I'm doing this. So surprise if you see this, right? I wanted to show this. So he's making a documentary about collecting boutique Blu-ray labels, and they're working on a $40,000 goal right now, and it's just started. But let's keep it physical. And basically, what we got here is a boutique chronicles the recent burgeoning Blu-ray collectible renaissance and the rising number of specialty distribution labels worldwide, creating an increased demand for long-lost cinema obscurities, the classic cinematic landmarks. In addition, these companies endeavor to restore and rescue films, bringing back to the forefront underappreciated artists and overlooked and forgotten works to the masses. It's a joyous documentary love letter to the cinephile. I'm actually very excited to see this become a thing. So Roy Levy, who was directing and producing the film, had mentioned it a few times, and I kind of wanted to give a shout out to it here. And if you want to check it out, well, I'll see if I can get the link. I want to see if I can get the link right. Oh my God. From the Heart Productions, it's RBLFDPR at alleyrafundraising.com. And if anybody else can do that link, congratulations. Anyway, anytime I see somebody out there and they're working on something like that, I'll try to do my best to let you guys know exactly what's going on. That way, you know, you get on the ground floor to become part of something like this. And that's pretty freaking amazing, especially when you see that type of stuff there. We have the Phantom of the Movie Cave down here today, kind of doing his own thing, much like David S. Pumpkins. But everybody's super quiet today. If you in here and you haven't been in it before, welcome to the Call to Cinema. If you've been here before and you're just really quiet, or maybe you're watching this while exercising or working out or taking a jog, well, welcome back. Like, share, subscribe to all that kind of fun stuff if you want to, and you can do it. Feel free to super chat or super sticker or donate. It helps with the channel. And if you're a Patreon member, well, kudos on being super cool for that. But let's look at Eureka. Let's look at MVD. Let's see exactly what's going on. So a while back, Fun City Editions, which at the time, in my opinion, was one of the most important labels that Vinegar Syndrome had amongst their Pantheon labels. It was the one that really took off really quickly and became something where you would look forward and look for. I know myself specifically, the Fun City Edition labels like titles on a monthly basis. They put out the best TV like movie box set, beating out actually Vinegar Syndrome with their TV tears, and actually, unlike Vinegar Syndrome, following it up with a volume 2, something that is very, very important. And the killer part with it is like now they're getting more labels, and Eureka is the big one. If you've never seen Eureka before, we're going to be looking at Eureka's website tonight. We're going to see some of the stuff that they put out there, and I think it's going to excite a lot of you guys, especially if you've found yourself really kind of falling down that rabbit hole of like martial arts with the Shasko sets or the Shaw Brothers sets that came out from there. You've seen like the recent 80 film stuff that's come out, whether it's Super Cop, which everybody should own, to Dragons Forever, which is another great one, to things like Gorgeous or Magnificent Warriors with Michelle Yeoh. You're getting a taste of that, like that style cinema. You want a bit more. Eureka does a lot of that, and we're going to look into some of that actually now in a couple minutes. But let's dive right into Eureka right now. You're going to see their website. You're going to see some of their stuff. I'll even ask my dad here if any of this stuff. Like I know my dad recently picked up. You picked up, what is it? You bought from Eureka, the Cynthia Rothrock, what's it called again? The Lady Reporter.
Lady Reporter.
Or AKA Blonde Fury, release. Well, let's dive into and look at some of the Eureka stuff to my very quiet audience tonight. As you can see, there's Eureka, there's the classics, the Master of Cinema, there's the martial arts. They did the Police Story trilogy on 4K. So I've already bought part 3 on like from 88 Films, so I'll probably buy the double feature that Criterion put out. But if you want the 4K of Police Story, man's this place to go for it. And that's not it. Like when Taekwondo Strikes, Kung Fu Cult Master, The Fall of Eiko Castle, and here we get an idea of what one of these titles look like. So this one was done by the guy that did, Battle Royale, which is of course a classic, and we get Chishiro Mifune, and Sonny Chiba together in this one here. They always load these up with features. If you're a slipcover fan, then O-cards. Hey there, Elvin. Hey, Jacob. See, what they put in the US because they get almost all their martial arts titles through Daba League already. Nice. It'll be interesting to see what they can do here. Hey there, Evan. Welcome. I think like I'm really starting to, as my dad knows now, I'm kind of really starting to want to start to collect some of the martial arts stuff that I want. Not everything, but the stuff that I really want. And I'm falling down that rabbit hole. And the thing is, it gets so expensive here in North America sometimes to buy that stuff. I was looking at a Shaw Brothers set yesterday at Sunrise Records, and I really wanted to pick up that. I wanted to pick up a Jackie Chan set, and Jackie Chan set was $115. I couldn't afford it. The Shaw Brothers set was $215. So if I couldn't afford $115, $215 was 100% of the question. But hopefully I'll get those one of these days and I'll review them on the channel. Now let's look at some of the releases they got here, because we'll look at some of the martial arts stuff, but we'll look through some of the other stuff as well. We got the Swordsman of All Swordsmen limited edition right here. Another gorgeous release. We got 1968 and 1979. As you see, it's not like they put both of them on one disc. Hey there, Cherry. Welcome, man. Waiting for when Taekwondo Strikes Blue to arrive. Eureka is such a great company. I'm a massive fan of them. This is big news, guys. They put these two here, and here in North America, a lot of times you get a double feature, and it'll be on the same disc. This one here definitely doesn't do that. And if you've never gotten one of these releases, but if you have, like one of these 80 Films releases, and you see this name here, like Frank Jang, doing a commentary, you are in for one hell of a fantastic commentary. I went back too far. Just one great thing. And then just diving into some other stuff. We'll get back to some martial arts stuff because I knew you guys love that. But Waxwork, which was like sort of an anthology film, like a solid anthology film, German one done back in 1924 with Paul Lenny. They put that out. It's a region-free release too, by the way, guys. So they probably have I guess they might have the hopefully the worldwide edition for this one with tons of features. Talks and Kim Newman. They have some great booklets as well. Hey there, Matt. Matty, welcome, man. And that's the thing, you guys are waiting for your stuff to get imported, but soon, thanks to this new deal, hopefully you won't have to wait to get these here, to get these imported. You'll soon be able to get them. Go to your local store, go online to MVD Rewind, which we're going to check out in a few minutes, and grab some of that stuff like in person. We got the okay, this is not a good movie, but this is a really great release for it. So let's show it. My dad knows this one. I know this one. It's one of the most disappointing movies back then that I saw. Now, maybe there's a Hong Kong or whatever edition of this one that's better than the edition we saw in North America. But I remember Slaughter in San Francisco. And I remember really not liking Slaughter in San Francisco back in the day. But that being said, as you can see, there's the Hong Kong theatrical edition and the U.S. export version of the film. I'm willing to bet there's probably a massive difference in what we got here in North America and the film that they got there in Hong Kong. Hey, Ryan, welcome. Ryan, are you excited, man? Are you excited about this one here? I saw you mentioned it there too. I was there when they kind of like, when they announced it, and I was like, I got to do a video on this. And but I had to wait. I'm in Canada now, so I had to wait for my better half to come back. It is amazing news. You are welcome to jump on, by the way, if you want to, especially when it comes to something like this. Ryan, if you don't know Ryan from Disconnected, you really should. He does an amazing channel every Thursday night. Is it Thursday night? It is Thursday. So tonight he'll be doing Reconnected. It's a show that he does every Thursday night. Make sure you follow him on social medias as well. Great guy. Yeah, I'll send you over the link. I gotta make sure I get you in my. You guys won't be able to see it, but it'll be movie magic. It's sent. Hey there, Josephine. Welcome. Just saw Poor Things. I haven't seen it yet, Josephine, but I've heard amazing things about it. I have to put this on here so I can actually see get the reminders. Had to be super proud of me. I was watching the soap opera video earlier. Huh? My dad loves when I watch the. Oh, there we go. Welcome.
Hey.
Are you excited? I mean, this is big news. I mean, like, this is really big news. Put your right in front.
Potentially, yeah.
Like, to have them come to MVD, and this is, first MVD gets Fun City Editions, which was, for me, like we talked about it before, that was my favorite of the partner labels.
Yeah.
It kind of reached out with me. And now Eureka. And I just initially just started getting into a lot of like this, because I'm like, the one thing that I lack are martial arts titles in my collection. And I'm like, well, I'm home. I'm going to grab some stuff. So I grabbed, and my dad has it here too. No, it's not Eureka, but it is a good, like, I've grabbed In the Line of Duty, which I'm sure you get.
Yep.
Fantastic edition. and I'm like, okay, I'm going to start getting some of the martial arts titles. I have to ask you, do you have Slaughter in San Francisco? Is that one out yet?
I do not have it. I'm not sure if it's out yet. I know it's either about to be or is out or something like that.
Because like I remember as a kid, I was a big Chuck Norris fan. So I would read everything Chuck Norris. And so I go to the store. It's the VHS. I got this wonderful like cover, and Chuck Norris is right front and center. And I get it. And I'm like, this is not what I thought was going to be. So what time does your show start tonight, by the way?
It is 9:30 p.m. Eastern. So from now it'll be just over 5 hours.
All right. So when I'm unfortunately sleeping, your show is good when I can watch it. Like, you don't know I'm there sometimes. That's the thing. I like to stay quiet. When I'm in Morocco, and it's later for me here. But you had some amazing people on. You've like broke some incredible news. Done some insane stuff. And I remember when you just got started. You've come so far, man.
It's been a pretty crazy time. I mean, I never expected like you announced some of the titles that I've been featured on last month. So
yeah, I know. Like, and that's the crazy part. How did it feel to actually go in and like actually do a commentary?
It's been crazy. What's funny is the first one that we did has not been announced yet, and probably won't be announced for a while. I think we've done 6 or 7 commentaries already, and only one has been released. But our visual essays is really where it's been amazing. I think we've done 7 or 8, and right now we have like literally this is going to sound like bragging. I promise it's not. We have like 14 or 15 pending at the moment.
It's kind of what I could see though. Like, to be totally honest with you, Ryan. Like when I first saw your channel, when you did your, a palmer vinegar syndrome, the way that you set it up was in that kind of the visual essay type of style. So to say like, to me to say I'm surprised would be no.
Right.
Amazing stuff. Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah. There's stuff happening behind the scenes that I think soon people will hear more about. That's not even like the company related, that I'm doing some other cool things. But it's been a wild time.
It's tiring, isn't it?
It's very tiring. I literally almost 24 hours a day, I have at least something happening for it.
That is the killer part of it. And that is why I am slowing down.
Yeah.
But Eureka. What did you think? Were you aware this was coming out?
I was not aware. I know of a couple others that, MVD, first off, MVD is massive. For those that don't know, MVD is a distribution company that touches way more companies than you expect. Beyond that, I know of at least 1 or 2 that are already in talks or have been talks about distributing through them that haven't been. So we'll see what happens on that front moving forward. But with Eureka, there's a lot of questions there because they have a giant back catalog. But when you have that back catalog, that doesn't mean you can just go release all of them in the US because of rights. And so we don't know how many do they have that they had the forethought to say, do we want rights in the US? Or how many did they have previously before any of this was an idea? And now, this is a big deal because they've got so many of the Hong Kong titles they've been putting out that have no releases in the US. And for a lot of places, this is going to be where the money's at, just because simply there's just a huge population that's into that sort of stuff.
That's going to be the big thing when it comes to this. Like anytime a company goes with someone else, they're always like, so what, especially with a company like this, with the backload. When AGFA went with like Vinegar Syndrome, companies like that, like what can they bring in? But
right.
It gets even more when it's you're looking at another country.
Yeah.
Because what's available, what's tied up. I remember when 88 Films were going to put out Blood Harvest. And they did put out Blood Harvest, it was on the shelves. People were super excited about it. Vinegar Syndrome came out and said, you know what? You can't do it. Yeah. And after, like, I have a copy of Blood Harvest from 88 Films, but it's a rarity now.
Super rarity. That one is easily the most difficult one to find in that line.
Thanks to one of my viewers, like literally said, I got a surprise for you coming in the mail. I got it, opened it up, it was Blood Harvest, and I was a massive fan of the Marvelous So,
I love that movie too.
but no, it's I'm super stoked, especially I think we'll get a lot of stuff coming forward. Like 80 films. Like 80 films have certain releases, Arrow Video.
Yep.
In a way, I guess it was only a matter of time to get a company like Eureka over here. Are there any titles that you'd love to see come over? Like you that like right now, like when you look into your what's coming up or what you've got, and you're like, oh man, this would be a really good one over here in North America.
I mean, to be frank, I've got most of the Eureka ones that I would want. So the biggest thing is just opening up eyes over here that have never seen a lot of these. Like Joseph Quo doesn't have any releases in the U.S. as far as I'm aware, and that box set that they did in the UK would hopefully do pretty well. It's a very good box set, and I'm sure that it would be received fairly well.
I think like when I traveled to like different like sunrises and like places like that, it was normally a lot of the martial arts stuff that would tend to do well, and surprisingly, a lot of the indicator stuff, like the Jean Rollin stuff, would sell like
Yep.
crazy. And Pacelli's like Black Magic Rights would just roll off the shelf, just
Yep.
hit the shelf, go, it'll be gone. So there's definitely a market and a hunger for that type of stuff, and we're not talking like because it's like here in Canada we got like not a lot of places to go, unfortunately,
Right.
but you have a few more over there when it comes to that. I'm excited. I'm excited about this. I want to see like my dad actually only has he's got a couple Eureka. Obviously, one of the ones that I've got and that he's I was actually putting this Eureka together last night. It was weird the way that this happened. It was this right here. Obviously, this is American release, but I have this. And when I moved to Morocco, Ryan, I didn't have a player, and didn't have my all-region player, and things got stuck for months.
Yeah.
So I had like a PlayStation 4 that I got a loan of from my sister-in-law, and this was one of the releases that was Eureka releases. So it was Region B. So I was able to watch Fright Night and the documentary, and I watched this like probably around like 6 or 7 times.
Nice.
The Region Free one, and it's one of my favorites. But there's a ton of like releases when you look at. I'll bring them up here now to see, and you can let me know because you probably have a lot more of these than I have in my collection right now. Like everything from like Kung Fu Cult Master in the new releases. There's Slaughter in San Francisco right there, and we get a ton of stuff. When Taekwondo strikes, everybody's excited to get that one come in.
Lots of Jet Li stuff coming and already out from them. That's a big deal too. Jet Li obviously has a massive fan base.
This would be a nice one to see right here. Heroes and Villains. And I'm gonna guess they probably won't be able to put their 4K for Police Story since Criterion did
Correct.
1 and 2.
Well, and 88 Films did Police Story 3 on 4K already. So
exactly, that's the one I did grab when I was here. And Police Story is one of my favorites. Like hands down, like it's one of the ones that I always look towards.
Great series.
And just look at their like, this is like a standard edition of something they put it before. So there you go with Joseph right there.
Yep, that's half the Joseph Quo box set right there.
Yeah, because they sold out, didn't they? This is a standard edition of it.
Yep.
And like when you're looking at the stuff, like audio commentaries on a lot of these releases here, some just incredible artwork, some great stuff. I love the way these are done. And hoping that we see these come here because it is such amazing stuff. I mean, I'm so excited. It's one of the times, like I'll be honest with you, I've been tired recently. So I've been like, okay, can I get myself up to make a video? And I saw this announcement excited me to come on and talk. And I'm glad you're here because we haven't been able to talk in a while.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been way too long. You actually started as one of my like co-hosts when it came to the Vinegar Syndrome stuff, and then you started to take off, and you're like, I don't know if I can co-host this time. I'm like, oh, what is that? It's like, oh, people are demanding my stuff.
Yeah.
Like, damn, I'm gonna lose them. But it was so cool.
If you want a story that's similar to this, I don't even think anybody else is reporting on it yet. But have you heard about the Severin distribution that is happening in the UK right now? Or I guess EU is the way I should say that. For those that don't know, Pulse Video, the label out of France, they are partnering with Severin to distribute some of their titles. And the first two that they're doing are Nightmare and Bad Biology. And Severin is just trying to get titles into the hands of people that are getting hit for shipping and hit for import charges, and really try to help out there. Because right now, I mean, I've got people in my Discord that they're seeing like $40 shipping charges plus paying import tax. And if you can get something from France for literally less than £10, like, why would you not go
Yeah,
that
like
route?
for me, like this is amazing for me. That's great news. I did not
Yeah.
know. It's fantastic news for me because I live in Morocco, so I'm like 2 hours away from France,
Yep.
and I get all my stuff shipped from like in the UK sales and stuff. I always get that shipped to Paris. Um, so I am so excited about that because now I can get the Severin stuff. I am like I'm not sure if it comes across there. So I'm one of the more like some people write on Severin because of the shipping, but I one of the people that I love Severin, and I think that some of the releases that they put out are some of the releases that people are going to be talking about for years to come.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, like there's stuff that I'm excited about. I'm like, okay, I'm glad this came out. Like Fatal Games came out. It's a fun slasher film, great, but it's Fatal Games.
Yeah.
We've both seen it. Now, the folk horror box set, the Emmanuel set, stuff like that. Those are massive tomes that you have in your collection that you look and you watch and you're like us, you study.
Yeah.
It's really like Criterion was like that film school in a box, and Severin really has become that film school in a box for more of that kind of that independent. And some would say sometimes it's sleazier, but not always. Sometimes just the stuff that other people won't tackle and won't tackle to that degree. Like how many other companies aside from maybe Criterion would that'll put out massive? I guess Arrow will put out like massive sets like that and take those chances on directors like an Andy Milligan or like my favorite, the Al Adamson set.
Yeah.
Um, the thing,
I think there's some other labels that would do it. I think it is intimidating for many of those other labels. I think that we have a couple that are stepping up that are capable of handling stuff like that, and we may see some of that moving forward. Like Second Sight, again, they really give that love and attention to single films and much more popular films. The other one I got to shout out. I know I've done some work with them, so it's going to sound like shilling, but TerraVision, I really think, is one to look for in this upcoming year for stuff like this, because like their Lost in the '80s box set that they've done for one of their unknown filmmakers, I know they're doing at least one more of those. That Brad mentioned that a few months ago. So if that is something that they can keep doing for some of these people, like there's potential for major movement on some titles from them.
I gotta be interesting to see like how things go forward because I think things there was an article and a lot of people dismissed it and like for different reasons about like collecting becoming almost like vinyl, and they thought of it as a negative thing, and I thought it was like that's not exactly negative. It's just that like with the way people are collecting right now, it's things are getting a bit more boutique. They're
Yeah.
getting more like they'll say it's getting pricier. It is, but we're tending like it's not like we're getting the DVD in the in a bin anymore. We're
Yeah.
getting like this massive amounts of extra features and research and documentaries and posters and books and all this other stuff and commentaries. Just uh, incredible stuff that we would never get on movies like this. But can you imagine back then? A lot of the stuff, Werewolf versus the Vampire one. We've all seen that in a pretty crappy copy,
Yeah.
usually with 20 other movies. And now it's got a 4K release, just a massive release with the an incredible documentary, which made me cry. The
Yeah.
Mensa Frankenstein cry. And just so many like other features. And people like, well, why buy this? You could get it for $5 back then. You could get a really bad copy of the movie for $5 back then.
Right.
But it's the work that they put into it now. It's the love that goes into it. Like we bought a lot of crappy stuff from people that didn't care about it. Now we might be paying more for nowadays. And like me, I pick and choose what I buy. I can't buy
Right.
everything. But I know that most of the companies that have made it and survived and all that, they're putting out stuff that they care about. And that makes a difference for me when I pick up something. like when I pick up like one of the 88 films and I know there's a Frank Jang like commentary or something on there, that I got my money's worth. Like
Yep.
all the other stuff, that's that's gravy. But like, is there a book? Is there a poster? Fantastic. Is that commentary there? I know.
There is an 80s film that was either announced or hinted at from Terrorvision last year at some point, and it is coming soon in a 4K release that is going to be blowing people away. It's going to have multiple new commentaries, multiple interviews with the cast and crew that we've never had ever before. I just interviewed somebody from the film for it, and that release is going to be incredible.
I'm excited there. Oh, track. Congratulations, and we'll definitely be able to check that out. Pokemon. I'm a massive Pokemon fan, Ryan. Like, I'm a big geek. I was last time I traveled. Short story. I got to Marrakesh, and the suitcase is really heavy, so they open it up, and they see all these like omnibuses there, like all these books, and I'm like, I read a lot, and he's like, yeah, you look like you read a lot. So I look geeky enough that customs didn't stop me, and
Right.
that's that's the thing.
Oh man.
But it's been it's been amazing. Severin, I'm hoping to see some more releases come out. Like Pulse Video did. They did a few of the adult titles, didn't they like Vinegar Cinema used to have some Pulse stuff too.
Yeah. Pulse is still technically, I think, a partner label, and that's why they're over on the Melusine site still, and now they're offering that. Brigitte LaHaye, they're offering the skate deck with her on it right now over on the Melusine site.
Really?
Yeah, so that Pulse did a Brigitte LaHaye book, and that was a part of a fundraiser campaign, and that was one of the perks that you could sign up for was to get the skate deck, and it looks really nice.
Okay.
I don't know that you'd ever want to skate on it, but yeah, it looks good. So yeah, they partnered with them, and Pulse is pretty big in France. They've got a pretty big imprint. So
As a former skateboarder, that really like hits me.
yep.
I had like James from Metal Tavern Radio like send me him and his spouse sent me like the Bridget Leahy book, and
Yep.
I'm like I'm looking at it, it's amazing. Where he's got like this DVD with the tunes, the interviews. I don't have any Bridget Leahy in my collection. So first thing I did when I came back here was I grabbed, I went and grabbed Night of the Hunted, and damn, that's a good movie.
It's a good one. I probably like it more than Fascination, which is the one that most people run to. Fascination is okay. It's just a little on the slow side.
So yeah, my dad. So me and my dad sat down. We watched Fascination, Lips of Blood. I love Lips of Blood. That is just such an amazing film. And Night Hunt. And Night Hunt was definitely the most challenging one. So I feel like Fascination is like or Lips of Blood is when you're putting your toe into a genre land.
Yep.
And like Night Hunted is when you're all in. Because it's definitely gonna be like the one where it's gonna like gut punch you.
Yeah.
Where you're gonna be like, oh, what's
I'd agree there.
Yeah. But do you have anything coming up? What do you have coming up tonight, by the way?
Tonight is going to be the guest is Chris Stashew from the Culture Cast and Bollywood Cinema Podcast. We're going to be discussing Harrison Ford films. Have not just discussed a random actor in a long time, and so it'll be a fun conversation because obviously he's got a lot going on. Attached to Star Wars and a new Indiana Jones film, and yeah, it's time. I feel like it's a good time to discuss him.
My better half, totally in love with Harrison Ford. She's the Indiana Jones girl. We watched the last one. We thought we liked it because what do you expect Harrison Ford to do at that age?
Right.
If you expect Rares of the Lost Ark from him at that point,
yeah,
it's a little bit unrealistic.
As somebody who survived multiple plane crashes, yeah, I think we'll give him a pass this time.
That should be interesting. So guys, make sure that you're checking that out tonight. That will be a heck of a lot of fun. Hey there, Arch. Will be zombie. Yes. Any version of zombie. I love me that film. I have because one of my kids, my oldest, she's like not great when it comes to eye injury stuff. She hates that. So of course, because I'm both a dad and a bit of a I got the lenticular with the eye splinter.
Same.
So yeah, I'm like, here, look at this one.
Good movie.
Oh, you seem like a little like almost one like kind of underwater there for a second.
Yeah, that makes sense because, like I said, I'm downloading 2 different things for labels right now. I'm sorry.
That's okay. But I'm not going to keep you too long. I'm not going to keep me too long. But I do want to come on and talk about this. I was excited to see this happening. I did not know the Sever news. That's also a big, like, just mind blowing thing for me. So it's kind of just like hitting in my head right now. Especially for me, what I would like to see is MVD to get the MVD stuff. That's Eureka is going to have MVD stuff over in North America. I would love to see some of the MVD stuff make their way over to the UK, because right now for me it's a lot easier for me to buy from the UK. I'll buy them a lot more Indicator, I'll buy a lot more Arrow, 88 Films, Second Sight, stuff like that, just because it's way more accessible for me, because I can just order from a sale there, and then I just take the plane for a couple hours. That's it.
I'm not sure how many titles they're going to do. They're only starting with these 2, but supposedly it is a deal that's in place moving forward, so there will be more.
Predictions for the Royal Rumble. Do you have a prediction for the winner of the Royal Rumble? There you go. That's
no. I have no idea.
I'm going to say CM Punk because it seems like the most obvious route to go right now. Just also because I'm a massive CM Punk fan. My channel is literally called Call to Cinema. It's not an accident. It's literally because Call of personality. That's what it is. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. And thank you, everybody, for coming on here. What you want to be doing tonight, though, is after this, you got to go get your snacks. You got to go get ready. Got to get ready. Bone up on your Harrison Ford. To be ready to go over on Reconnected. Make sure that you check out the video. And while you're there, if you're not, and you should be, subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you're subscribed and letting people know.
Well, thank you, Aaron.
We will stay here for a second, and I'll just say our adieux to everybody. And like Wayne and Schuster used to say, I can see above the clock on the wall that it's time to bid you one and all goodbye.
See ya.